I've often wondered, does life have any meaning at all? Sometimes it feels like there's no meaning, and if that's the case, why do we still strive to be positive and move forward? Over time, I realized that this very act of striving is a kind of meaning in itself. Let me explain what I mean. Imagine there are two kinds of art exams. One asks you to perfectly copy an existing painting. If you don't get every detail right, you fail. The other gives you a blank piece of paper and lets you draw whatever you want. As long as you express what's in your heart, you succeed. If I had to choose, I'd definitely pick the second one. Why? Because of freedom. Life, precisely because it has no inherent meaning, gives us the freedom to create our own. The lack of predetermined meaning is what allows us to define it ourselves. My life is like that blank sheet of paper. I'm free to interpret and create my own meaning. This freedom means I can be myself, not just follow a script or live according to someone else's template. Every life wants to be unique, and that's the beauty of a life without fixed meaning. But after going through so much, I sometimes feel like I've seen through everything. I don't even want to paint on that blank paper anymore. The so-called meanings everyone talks about, happiness, joy, sometimes feel shallow to me. I feel like I don't need them. But then, what do I really need? Sometimes it feels like I need nothing at all. Yet I can't eat well, sleep well, or feel at ease. I still feel lost and anxious, not knowing what I'm living for. I realize now that I've fallen into nihilism. I see everything as meaningless, and this supposed clarity only brings me pain. It's like climbing a mountain and getting stuck halfway, exhausted, discouraged by how much further and steeper the path ahead looks. The scenery from halfway up doesn't impress me, and I start to think the summit probably isn't worth it either. I lose the motivation to keep climbing. Sometimes I even look at those still struggling up the mountain and think they're foolish. But true understanding comes from letting go after you've experienced something, not just from thinking about it. If I haven't reached the summit, I can't really claim to have seen it all. I remember last year when I was climbing a mountain that wasn't fully developed. The path was muddy and tough. I met people coming down and asked if the view at the top was worth it. Some said it was just okay, some said it was beautiful, and some said not to bother. But something inside me said, I have to see it for myself. No one else can experience that feeling for me. It's the same with happiness and joy. If I've never truly experienced them, how can I say they're meaningless? Nihilism isn't some kind of awakening. It's really just a way of avoiding pain after setbacks. What am I avoiding? I'm avoiding reality. Life might seem illusory, but illusion and reality are intertwined. There's truth in illusion and illusion in truth. We talk about finding truth through illusion, but if I only see illusion and get lost in it, I'm just running away from what's real. Being born human means I'm here to experience things, even if those things are fleeting or illusory, but the experiences themselves are real. Some people say falling in love is pointless, that it makes you lose your mind. But unless I've truly fallen in love, I'll never understand what it feels like. Some say raising a child is meaningless, just another life simulation game. But unless I've actually accompanied a life as it grows, I'll never know how healing that process can be. These are my experiences, not anyone else's. Only by experiencing them myself will I truly know what they mean to me. I used to think I could just imagine these things, that I didn't need to experience them, but that's just living in a dream. I can't imagine the taste of delicious food, the feeling of happiness, or even the sensation of anxiety or excitement. These things can't be understood without real experience. Sure, I can read about them in books or watch them in movies, but that's still keeping myself locked in the prison of my own mind. Words are limited. Experience is infinite. Anything described in words is just a fragment of the real feeling. Experience can only be grasped by living it, not by thinking about it. If I've never experienced joy, my idea of joy is false. The same goes for happiness or excitement. Only by truly experiencing something can I see its reality or illusion. I'm already here, living this life. Why hide away in daydreams? If I'm really tired, I can rest for a while. The journey is already halfway done, and the road ahead may not be as hard as I imagine. In fact, when I climbed that mountain last year, the second half was easier than I expected. When I finally reached the top, what moved me wasn't the view, but the soul that dared to experience and bravely climb. That's what truly touched me. I want to be a clear-headed fool, someone who dares to love, to live, to lose, and to be my real self in this illusory world. Hope that you find your life meaning